Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo!
Train.
You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to my, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, Simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how you doing?
I don't know about the sex part.
Well, you know what? Listen, if you've had an enjoyable time once upon a time, then you know what? Listen, sometimes it's okay. We have to just relish in the past. That's why, they say, listen, I've lived my life and now I'm okay. I can just sit back and just reminisce, like Mary J. Blige says, reminisce of all the love we had and good times and stuff like. Okay, I was just trying to help.
No.
Guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, tonight's episode is being brought to you by 2 Level Up. They are our Airbnb sponsor. Guys, let me tell you, this unit is off the chain. If you have not seen it, we have it posted all over our social media sites. Very cozy, warm fireplace with a sexy jacuzzi. You guys, do me a favor, go to their page and check it out, and then share it. If it's not for you, or you're here in Chicago, you like, oh, I don't want to travel to Chicago. Listen, share it. Maybe somebody else want to come on and get their relaxation on and get their bubble. Listen, the pictures, some people, they share their experiences with staying at the facility. Let me just say, now, listen, it could be some children running around here as a result of being over there. But nevertheless, we're not in control of your fertility. You have to handle that. But we'll have their link posted in the comments. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. Guys, he has his new line out. He has his long sleeve shirts as well as the hoodies. Man, and we need them. Listen, Chicago, it is the Hawk.
Baby,
it's here, okay? Outside. The Hawk is here. So if you listen, I don't even play around with this weather. I won't be cute until the springtime. Nope. I can't do nothing but
you got Hawk color on.
Yeah, I can't do nothing but this diarrhea color. I can't do nothing but survive in this weather. Like, I don't even try. Like, I'm just like,
it's
nope.
Not even that cold outside today. It's nice. I came up in here with a sweater on.
I'm freezing. So, and I'm drinking cold coffee, but that's not the point. Okay. The point is, like, y'all have to see me. Y'all see me in April. But until then, listen, order you a Delaware sweater or the long sleeve shirt. Go to his page, Delaware Inc. We'll have his link posted in the comments as well. Guys, listen, want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, the J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. 180 Real Talk Chicago, 30 and Up Doing Us, Real MVP. Who else?
I was going to say 180 Real Talk Chicago. Fabulous 40 Nova
Club.
Tyson Smith.
30 and Up Doing Us. Yes.
30 and Up Doing Us.
See?
Urban Grind. Thank you so much with Wally Lockhart. Oh, yes.
Well, listen, guys, so much for tuning in. We definitely missed you all last week. It's been a lot going on, guys, in my family. So, listen, I'm just trying to keep from falling over the edge. I was thinking, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to, but it's nobody personally pushing me. It's just situations in life that are occurring that's trying to push a sister to the edge. It's trying to make me go from one extra large cup of coffee to two. And guess what? Like, my nerves can't take two, but it's been some stuff going on that I'm like, man, I really need two. I'm just like, what? Listen, I need a cold one and a hot one in the morning. And a cold one in the afternoon.
An Irish one.
What's the Irish one?
Some whiskey.
No, we can keep all. Listen, I struggle with just the regular plain coffee, so I don't even need to add anything extra to it. But guys, we are definitely glad to be back, and we have so much. Let me tell you, so much to talk about. So if you guys want to chime in and join us for a conversation tonight, you are not going to be disappointed. You can call in at 773-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Now, listen, in the group, the first hot topic, they posted a picture of this beat up car, or a beat up raggedy, I think it was like a Cavalier or something, like an 89 Cavalier or something like that, all beat up and broke down, busted, and just disgusted. So the question was, if your date pulled up in that type of car, what would you do? Would you still go on the date, or how would you handle that situation? If he pulled up with that car, brown rusted spots, tires look like they ain't been changed since 89. He pulls up with that car to take you out on a date. Are you getting in, or how are you going to handle that conversation? He just drove 30 minutes to pick you up in his car, and you walk to the car and it's just a hot mess. What would you do? How would you handle that situation? What would you do? Listen,
if I answer this question the way I really want to answer this question, I'm gonna be single for like forever, ever.
Okay, well then I'll answer it because I don't mind being single. I listen,
but like the really old me, like in the 20s, old me would have been like, you know what? They're trying. We would have went on a date and everything. And even like the freshly divorced me would have been like, you know what? It's okay. He had to drive a little further than 30 minutes because I drive all over the place. I had to drive a little further, but I'd be like, it's okay. But the 40, about to be 42-year-old me, no, I can't do this. What are we doing? Why is your car like this? What do you do? Let's see what's going on. And when we see what's going on, if your car is like this just because you like this car like this, and then everything else is like spectacular, then we got to go get a mental evaluation going on, because something is wrong. Maybe I'll share my pills with you. Maybe we can swap pills because something is wrong here.
Clearly.
But if your car is just like this, and your car is like this because this is how you live, and then your house is like this too because this is how you live, and you just raggedy, then how did you get my number?
Okay, and I like your answer. Now, as for me, okay, the struggle be real. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, I don't have a problem with being single. I really don't. Single is one thing. Being single is one thing. Being lonely is another thing. So at this point in my life, if you were to pull up in a car like that, it was raggedy, all beat up, and then the tires look like they haven't been changed since 89. I'm not getting in that death trap. I'm not. You can call me whatever you like, but you will call me safe. You can call me a ride share. You can call me anything, but you will not call me getting in your vehicle. Listen, it took 30 minutes because the tires are bald. Okay. Listen, I have enough issues. Getting in your death trap is not going to add. I'm not going to add that to a list of the things that I already have to deal with. So I personally am not going to do it. Listen. Oh, well, what if that's all he had, Jay, and that's all he could afford? Listen, you would be better off coming to me in a ride share and we riding around in a ride share and I'll go. Opposed to you coming in that death trap and you think I'm going to get in there. And then it's like, first of all, the way that this picture looked, first of all, it looked like the seats had all kinds of dog fur all up. It just looked real contagious.
Like, and
with the I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Especially you open up and it smells.
And the car, and it looked like, just from the body of the car, it looked like it smelled. I am not doing it. I'm not gonna make.
My head is starting to hurt just because of that.
I'm not doing it. It looks like the car smells on the inside. It looks like the handles smell. It just looked like the car has been through some things. You can't possibly get out of a ride. So what are you expecting him to look like when he gets out the car? What are you expecting him to look like? How is he gonna be clean and the ride is looking like that? It just don't make sense. If it had, if it was old, it's one thing to be old. But to look like that, if it couldn't take any more, like this car literally looked like it was on its last leg. You're not taking me with you. I'm sorry. I'm just not interested in going with you. So I'm going to have to pass on getting in the death trap. Now, again, you may say that's shallow. It's, whatever the case is.
That's because guys will screw into. Okay. Guys will screw in anything. That's why you see the producer sit up there and said, yes, that's shallow. But you all are the same guys that sit up there and y'all go to the chick's house. It could be little roaches running around there. Her bed could be on the floor. It could be a pallet. And guess what y'all gonna do? Pull out your peanut winners and start to screw. And then when y'all finish, y'all take her little dirty shirt that's balled up in the corner, wipe off your little winky dinks, and then go on home about your business.
No, I am not doing it. The way that car looked, it looked like if you sneeze hard enough, the windows are going to come out. If you, God forbid, somebody have a burrito or a chalupa and it just don't go right and you pass gas in the car, okay, all bets are off. And
you ain't rolling down the window.
And then it's like the doggone it, the suspension, it looked like it's messed up because half of the car is leaning to the front, and it just does not make sense. I'll restart it. It just doesn't make sense. So as for me, it's truly a no. Not gonna be able to do it. Not gonna feel bad about it.
In this inside, and then the little lint rollers. He got a little lint roller, and got the little.
I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Don't be like
I'm just not gonna be able to do it. And I know some people like, you know what? At least the man. No. You need to try in other areas. What are they saying on Instagram?
That's LG was up here climbing up. He said that's them old lady problems. And he said,
what's the old lady problems? Get in that car.
A little stanky nasty car. He said my two favorite ladies. He said, "Ooh, juicy Jay." And then he said, Jay, that car older than you.
Yes, it is. And therefore, that's why it's a death trap. That's why I will not be getting in it. Now, does that have anything? Am I charging that personally against the man? Absolutely not. I mean, am I going with him? Are we going somewhere? No.
Absolutely not. Will you give him a second date?
Probably not. Because again, it's like listen, I have enough. I know me. I have enough on my own. Listen, you got to check out who my parents are. So if you knew from the mental line and the mental lineage and whence I come from, you'll understand. No, she ain't going. She ain't going. She can't go. This is why she can't go. Look at where she come from. She can't go. So don't blame it on me. It's not me. Like you just gotta, right? You gotta blame it on my people. Like that's just how it is. Like it's just certain things that have just been placed in your doom buggy. I can see, man, especially in this Chicago weather,
baby.
This winter, you have got.
Why you couldn't? He had He had the little, the little socket, and then he'd plug in his little electric heater up in there, and then the blow around, and then you would just.
I'm not going. I'm not a good candidate for it. You know what? And I'm gonna tell you. You said back in the day, you would have. Back in the day, listen. you driving up with that car, I already know you would have been putting your hands on me. Back in the day, the mouth back then.
Back in the day, you know, everybody didn't have it all, especially teeny
No.
boppers and stuff.
This mouth was just, listen, I've learned, okay? Because look, I done got put out. Listen, I done got put out some cars because of running this right here. So I've learned. But back in the day, I know getting it, pulling up on a car like this, he would have been trying to run up on the sidewalk with the doggone car by the time. But see, I've learned. So now I'm chill with it.
Out because and I'm surprised because of my mouth. And I've said some nasty, evil things. You know, I've been put out because I was, either quiet or whatever, and I wouldn't say anything back, whatever. But I've been put out before I was, redeemed. I'm gonna use your word. Say sanctified and filled with the Holy Spirit.
It's right. You gotta once you be redeemed, it's a whole different story.
I was man. Oh my God. Oh, I used to. The stuff that I would say to dudes, they'd be like, "This chick," And one of them not even from here. Some have been talking to these Chicago dudes, like they like, "Who is
they don't
this?"
Play.
And I'm just like, I do not care. Like I just didn't care.
I just like I say, I've learned, but back then, I'm like, just being slick for no reason whatsoever. Just, I'm like, so I really had to get myself together regarding that, because it just wasn't going to end well for me. So I just said, you know what, let me tighten it up and let me just get my whole life together. And that's what I just decided to do. So I'm like, get it together and woo, here we are. I can't do anything about it. But that doom buggy, I wasn't going. Not at all. Not at all. Ladies, if you would go on a date with someone that pulled up with a crazy car, please let us know. Let us know in the comments if you would go on this said date. Brother done pulled up. He done drove 30 minutes just to get to you. Chugga-lugga, 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 chugga-lugga. He drove the little engine that couldn't. He had the little engine that could not. And he just on his way to pick you up in that little doom buggy. It was all different kinds of colors. I mean, he had the piece of a 79 Eldorado on there. He had the trunk was from a Pacer. He just put the car together. Just a car. It was it was some material, but it wasn't really a car. So me personally, I wasn't gonna be able to get in it because it just was not mentally, I'm just not prepared for it. But for those that decide to, some people like to live on the wild side. Some people like to they love a challenge. And with you loving a challenge, it's okay. But I ain't the one. But don't charge it to my head, not to my heart, because I do mean well most of the time.
No, you don't.
Now listen, the next, oh my God, like they are going, listen. The next question, the next hot topic. This is an oldie but goodie, but this keeps coming up. So, with step parents being in the home, and this is particularly for the stepfathers. You've married this man. He agreed, he's coming to the home. He's the provider. He's taking care of you and your children, which are not his biological children. Does he have the right to physically discipline your children who are not biologically his? This is not your boyfriend. This is your husband. Does he have a right to physically discipline your children? What are your thoughts on that, E? Does he have the right to do that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he does to me. Yeah. But it's still to a certain extent, like even the biological parent, you still, everything is done to a certain extent. But yeah, I believe so.
So, and here's the thing, like a lot of women were saying, you know what, he can't touch my kid, he's not his father. He has a real father to do that. So nobody is going to be touching my children, only me and this and that. And I'm with you on that, E. Like first of all, if it creates division in the house, it creates strife in the house, and the strife is between you and your spouse, and it creates division in the house with the children. Once you tell this man what he cannot do, your children will not respect him to the fullest because they know that, listen, especially if you have that conversation in front of them little jokers and you chin check him about chastising your child, you have just...
How you chin check him?
That's how you chin check them. Just like that. You just done chin check them right in front of all of your kids. So now they are not going to respect his authority because he doesn't have any.
What is it? Respect my authority.
And that he doesn't have any. So they know that whatever they do before he can't even put his hands on you. The only thing he can do is tell your mother. I'm gonna tell your mom. Wait, do you know how crazy that sounds? Do you know how that looks? Like he has to wait to tell your mother, to tell the mother, to tell you what your kid. First of all, a lot of us know that our kids have the 666 in the back of their head. Baby. Listen, that Johnny is the spawn of Satan. You know that, okay? You know that Melissa is Rosemary's baby, but you want to put them all off and make them seem like they just so... Listen, that's one thing I can say. My son, I really didn't underestimate him because he was my son. And I knew, I know me. So therefore, he is a part of me. So I'm just like, okay. And dudes are kind of a little bit slower to catch. So he was real easy. I'm just like, see, that's some Jamela-ish right there that you done pulled right, so.
And you the streets just came out of you, the oomph just came up out of you. I got chills.
I mean, like, you know what? Just
West Side.
West Side all the way.
And it wasn't the suburbs.
It wasn't. No. That was at West Side, them TT bushes. That's what it be. And so I'm like, if you know that your children are not the best behaved, the well-behaved, whatever it is that you want to politically say, how do you expect a grown man to come into your home and then he has to ask for your permission or wait for you to discipline so you don't get off work till 12 o'clock at night? Your kid was cutting up at 5 o'clock, so he can't do nothing until you get home. No.
The hell. Oh my God. Because I wouldn't. I can't. If we are married and you bring your daughter or your son into the home, Lord, and then them little demons are demons, and you know that they're demons, and then I can't discipline them until you're the only one that can discipline them. And these little bastards terrorize me. There are bastards because the parents are not together, and I don't know. Y'all wasn't together when y'all conceived this child. Y'all was just screwing and stuff. Y'all wasn't married, so they're bastards. So these little bastards start to terrorize me, and I can't whoop them. Don't even worry. I can't whoop them. Not a problem. I'm gonna figure out a way to get them. I'll take their toys and throw it all in the trash. Man. Either way, I'm gonna get mine back. I'm gonna make Superman really fly.
Right, because we're looking at it, and that's a good point, because we're looking at it, okay, from the men can't discipline, but what about the women?
Exactly.
What about the stepmother? Is she allowed to discipline the kid? Because first of all, let me say, I'm going to see just how the scenario is right here. You ain't my mama. You can't tell me what to do. You're right, because your mama's ugly. Okay, let me tell you right there. Your mama is ugly, and you look just like your mama, so what that make you? See, now me and... So you would be better off for me, putting them in the corner, giving some time out, or pulling them back. Listen, I'm going to wrinkle a shirt or two. Okay. I'm gonna crumble it up like it's just, I'm gonna have to figure out who you talking to. Like,
exactly.
Listen, so I don't condone all of that little kids talking back. So
that'd be the fun. That's why I enjoy being a teacher. Little children try to say something smart. That's why you ain't got no teeth in your mouth.
She's talking now what? I'm like, that's why you smell like TT. See, now go look. Now go
yourself yesterday. I know it was you that peed on himself.
Right, pee on yourself. Had a look.
That ain't the trail of tears. That's the trail of piss. That's you.
So now your little kids, now they got the little feelings hurt because they like, she can't hit me. Oh, I ain't got to hit you.
But I can hurt them feelings Big
I
time.
ain't got, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm over the fact with the little, I'm just over the little kids and the little smart mouth and the little smart penny ante comments and stuff that these little kids will make. So if someone is coming in, so if a man is coming in, first of all, what I don't understand for those that say no, he cannot physically discipline them, then that means you don't trust him. Why would you marry him? Why do you have him around your children?
Yeah.
Why do you, if you don't trust this man with your children, that he would love them and take care of them, why don't you just keep him as a dude that you messing with
and keep him away?
Keep him away.
Any dude, it's just why I don't never see your children? I don't trust you.
Right.
I just trust your penis.
Right. I just wanna hook up with you, link up with you here and there. But as far as us becoming one as a unit, because now I will tell y'all this about me. Now I know this is gonna be hypocritical because that's just what I am. I mean, I can say one thing, but I want another thing. Mm-hmm. I really didn't feel comfortable with being in a position to have someone to physically chastise and discipline my son when he was growing up. So guess what I did? I stayed single till my son was grown. Now I can talk all the garbage that I want to because I knew that, and that's one thing I knew about me. I would not dare ask a man to come into our lives and then I put all these restrictions and stipulations. Oh, I want you to pay the mortgage. I want you to pay the car note. I want you to bring your money home. I want you to do all of this, but you can't touch him. So I can take his check so he can pay for his tuition. I can take his check so I can go and buy him clothes and shoes, but you can't touch him and you can't say nothing to him. Somebody help me. How does that make sense?
What's the point?
It doesn't make sense to me. So I knew that about myself. I knew that I wouldn't feel comfortable in a situation like that. So I did not do it because it's not fair. So if you're doing it, then you gotta be realistic and you gotta be honest about these situations and you gotta look at it from all of those angles. You can't just look at it, oh well, that's just the way it's gonna be. Ain't no finna be touching my, okay, well then stay single. There you have it. You ain't gotta worry about no putting their hands on your kids. You don't have to worry about any of that, beloved, because you're single. And when you're a single woman and you're a single parent, then you are entitled to feel that way. But just as being a single mother or stepmother walking into a situation like that, I know for me personally, I dealt with a guy and his daughter was, when I tell you woo, Lord have mercy. When I tell you that little girl,
she was bad.
Her mouth,
that's what I just,
and he didn't see nothing wrong.
I couldn't
with her mouth.
No.
I said, Lord, see, it's so many reasons why, it's so many ways why I knew that relationship wouldn't have worked. Because first of all, the people at the mothers at the church would have been slapped, as they used to say, slapped you into the middle of next week. She would have been got slapped into the middle of next week. If not by me, somebody in my circle would have been slapped her into the middle of next week because that mouth. And so one day I just remember asking him, just hypothetically, like, so, like, how do you feel about, the way your daughter is and, the way she reacts, trying to pretty it up and just trying to see what he would say. And so based upon what he said, to be honest with you, that was definitely a deal breaker for me. I'm like, I can't, that's cool. Like, I can't deal with this. Never got mad about it, never, because what I'm not about to do is compete with a child. No. That's what I'm not about to do, because
you ain't gonna win.
When you want somebody, because here's the thing.
Especially if you have to compete with a child, you're not gonna win.
Because when you want somebody, when you're ready for somebody to touch their toes, right?
Spread eagle.
Right. But I can't
I
discipline.
can't discipline little
Mhm.
Annie, little terrorist Annie over there. I can't do that, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Or,
I
orphan
can't.
Annie, I can't do it.
Chucky's little sister. I can't do nothing back to her, though she trying to stab me while I'm sleeping at night. She pinches my nose when I go to sleep at night. You be at work. I can't get her back. I can't shave the middle of her head because she pinched my nose while I'm sleeping at night. But but that's cool. Okay.
But I'm supposed to do all this freaky stuff. So I'm supposed to
you
do
want me to
all
do
this
what?
stuff that you
You want me to do the coyote spin
you
around?
know that
You want me to do the
that thing
Tasmanian
I like.
devil? I can't do
Who
that.
doing all that?
I can't do that.
Not me, not the one that you telling what they can and cannot do in this household. We're supposed to be equal partners, except for when it comes to the kids. What do they say?
This Justin Jordan first he says, hell no, I've been through that mess. He was like, hey Steve, right? He's like, step parents don't really care for stepchildren.
Then why are we making them step parents?
He says, he loves my mama, he don't love me. And then he says, nobody should date people with kids.
And you know what? I am not even mad at that statement. If you are,
like, you wasn't dating. No, you got a child. I ain't dating. You've been married 22 times.
listen, you guys. I'm telling you, as we talk through the years, you guys have helped me, to grow in certain areas because he has known me for a long time. And so you guys have helped me to evolve just a little bit.
17 years.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Longer than most of these kids.
Girl.
Call themselves talking, telling you what they not gonna do. Like, wait, what?
Say it again.
First of all, I knew you was still a little driplet in
your little daddy. And your daddy. When you was still in your daddy. You want to go there with me?
So I definitely, I had, even though I was a single mother, I had a problem with, I did not date men that had kids. Now I know you may say, oh, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Well, if they both black, they black. just what it is. But that was just my preference because I knew that, first of all, I knew that my son was well-mannered. That's the first thing. And I knew that he wasn't exposed to a lot of dudes. That was the first thing. Mm-hmm. But I knew also that I wasn't trying to be dealing with nobody baby mamas. I had already had my feel of that. So I was personally done with that baby mama, baby daddy, baby mama drama. I had already had my feel of that before I was even 21. I had already had my feel of that. So I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. If he has a kid, I'm good. Even though I had a kid, because I knew that my situation, my son's father wasn't coming confronting nobody and fighting and acting because we didn't have that situation.
That right there, that's just too much.
So I knew, so that was the reason that for me deciding not to date men with kids. And as my son got older, then I was like, then I started, having that baby smells so good. I went through that phase, and then I was like, well, maybe if he got a little cute little baby and but if the baby look like the mama and the mama look like a orangutan, I'm not gonna be able. If your baby ugly, I can't date you.
Hey, pretty Barbie, you can't date the ugly baby daddy?
No, if he make ugly kids, I can. Ooh, remember? Listen, you all do not assume because the man looks good that he can make some cute kids. Listen, so I would suggest you look at the kids and see.
Look close.
See what he create. Cause listen, I met a couple of dudes, fine as ever. Man, when I saw them kids, I say, you gotta be jiving me up in here. These these your biological kids.
These is yours. They all. And you DNA'd all of them for real.
All of them, I'm like, and I was just like, oh no. I said, I ain't gonna be able to do this because you make ugly kids, your baby ugly. So I'm just not. So for a whole lot of petty reasons, I wasn't doing it, So I, have to look at him and just be like, this the kid that I got to pick up from daycare. Then they gonna be thinking I'm the mama. I'm not this creature. I mean, for
It take a long time for them little ugly babies to turn pretty. It take a long time. The ugly duckling story is true. Like I remember when I used to be in the mosque. Oh my goodness! And you see a lot of ugly little children. You see some beautiful children. You see some ugly little critters too. It's like being in church, or whatever. So we're there, and I remember one child. We sitting in the rows. And this one baby was on his mama's lap, and he was, how the baby's be on the mama's shoulder to look behind the mama and see what's going on.
I do.
And I was like, oh my God, he looks like a frog. And I was like, really? Yeah. And my friend was like, I just stopped. I was like, nah. I said, man, I wish I had me some flies right about now. I'd have just be trying to get a baby. Because it looked just like a little frog. I
would have to move. If we were in, I would have to move. I'm like, listen, can you please?
And they always look at you.
Right.
They be like, and then
they want to smile and Google at you.
And then she want to try to pass them. Don't pass that little gremlin. Don't do that.
I would have dropped your baby, okay? So look, I'm not. So I'm going to tell y'all, some people are not going to be honest about their intentions towards your kids. We not them. We're gonna tell you, like, if you cannot have an ugly kid and then they be smart mouth. You can't, because their feelings is gonna get hurt somewhere along the line.
Now, like, a cute little child to be, you're a cute little child to be a smart mouth. At least I'd be like, you know what, you're so cute.
Listen, I
could try to be like, but you gotta, and it's ugly.
Ooh, let me say, now listen. He might be listening, he might not be, but he hate when I say this. But when my son was born, listen, I almost left him at the hospital, because I'm just like, now I be god dog. If I lose all of this blood up in here and this is what comes out, you gotta be, listen, somebody done switched this doggone baby. He looked like a wrinkled up Aldi bag. He was just sitting up, just looking scared all and I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm just like, oh no, I'm like, I ain't doing this no more. I'm like, this is crazy. But then something magical happened in like 2 months.
See, they changed.
Because it didn't happen. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Them first few, I was just like, you know what? This was touch and go. I'm just like, listen.
They changed them. You see, the new babies, it's a question mark always on the new babies. Because even if they come out pretty, they could be ugly.
Ugly, yeah.
Because I've seen a baby. I've never seen
a cute
baby so pretty. This one baby I saw day one. Beautiful. Beautiful baby. Now, when it hit the air in Chicago, when the mama took the baby out the hospital, I said, that's not the same baby. She was like, yes, it is. In my mind, I was like, damn, that's an ugly baby.
Ooh.
But I couldn't say that out my mouth because, it's my friends. So I had to be nice. Be like, oh, okay. But, in my mind, I was like, damn, Chicago do some numbers on people. It's a tough city. Once you come out the womb and that air hits you.
I just can't. So I'm like, I personally like them newborn babies. You got to get them a chance. You got to give them a chance to kind of bake and just come on. Because you got to keep in mind, they've been locked up for 9 to 10 months. So you got to give them a minute to come into.
It shouldn't be a long minute. But some of them it may take. She said the baby was wrinkled face, looked like a paper bag. Okay, that took a little.
His whole skin, like.
But he's still in the baby. You got an arm carry, bro. He's still in that face, so that's cool.
Listen, keep on crying. You about to get dropped, fam. Listen,
I've seen it where
get dropped.
Like it takes years for them to get out that ugly baby. I've seen it. Like I've seen the two, and me and one of my friends crack about this like all the time because she keep on saying, "Hey, you just lie." I'm like, "That's his mama. That's daddy." Dang, because the lady is pretty, the dude is handsome. What they created. Oh, the donkey from Shrek. I swear to God. That baby was so damn ugly.
Oh my goodness.
And then it grew uglier and ugly. It finally turned cute about 12 years old.
Oh no,
And finally. And then me and her started analyzing the daddy. Because we was
who got the ugly gene?
Yeah, so we figured it was the daddy because when we looked a little closer to him, he sort of looked like a little Shrek too. No. I mean, not Shrek, but the donkey. He looked like the jackass. He looked like, we was like, oh, that's where the ugliness comes from. That's it. The baby might have her mama's jacked up teeth, but you can close the mouth and have jacked up teeth. But you can't put a bag over your head every day. Only on the weekends.
See, my sister Leanna, she just joined in. See, I'm gonna tell you what she would do. Her and my other sister, they would call the baby. If the baby was ugly, they would always say, "Oh, the baby is precious. Oh, this baby is so precious. It's so precious was cute and cold for your baby was ugly." So it's like, so it was a whole bunch of precious, just precious, precious, precious. Now, if you get that other, or you just get that, if anybody, or your baby smells so good, that means your baby is not. Your baby is not pleased. Oh, your baby got some good hair. Oh my God, that's a nice. If they start
pointing out little things, they not saying in all you have a cute baby. No, they're pointing out. Oh, she got a cute dimple. Oh, her hair is cute. Oh, she got the cutest ears. Now, she must have had to really be looking to try to find something nice about this baby to say it's got some cute ears. Because, it's just, man, that little freckle right there, that is a pretty freckle. That means if it's got to look at the freckle, if I got to look at your baby and see just the freckle or the birthmark, it's pretty. Know in your heart of hearts. Just know. And don't get sad because you knew when you screwed the daddy, there was a possibility. That somebody was gonna be ugly. You knew. You may look in the mirror and be like, "Dang, I kind of favor my daddy sometimes." When you kind of favor your daddy and you're a female and you look like your daddy,
I'm gonna say I'm sorry right now.
It's a possibility. It's even if you look like your mama and you a dude. I mean, I got better chances of that with you dealing with it. You're going to be all right. But if your mama look a little masculine, that dang. You might have your ugly little baby. And just know that. Just take it. Be like, okay, it is what it is. I know what I got to do. I got to make sure I got this money together. Everything got to be lined on up. I got to be paid because I'm going to produce an ugly ass baby. Yeah. And niggas got to face it.
And listen, and you know what? Some of these celebrities, they better be thankful that they got money. Because listen, while they sitting up here trying to post ooh and ah, like, wait, I'm like, now you know these little kids look like some gremlins. Y'all need to stop playing. I'm like, I'm so sick of them putting these pictures on him, making it seem like these babies cute and they not.
I love this actor. I love this actor. I love this actor. I love all his movies, right? But his daughters and his wife is a model, and she's not all the best looking. I think she's more androgynous than really like beautiful. And he's a comedian. He's a comedian and everything. He's been an actor for a long time. Golly, he's white. His initials is AS. That's all I can say. He's got the ugliest daughters in the world. They look like trolls.
Listen, I've seen some of them. All I can say is, oh, you better be lucky that your parents are rich, because had you
he makes some ugly money. I think he makes about $400 million.
See, you gotta have your parents like that. They can buy the school. They can shut the whole
private
school down.
But private tutors.
If you were poor, growing up in the hood looking like that, you be fighting.
You know how to fight.
You be fighting every single day. Am I saying that this is the way it's? No, it's not, because it's like in this day and time, people are built differently. Like we're just like back then we talked, you rode on each other. And listen, you go home and you practice your material and you come back because you gotta win. It's like you gotta have a championship. These people these days, like, they so cutthroat, like they doing it to like they're trying to do it to end you, like they're trying to push each other over and it's like it's not fun. Like, today I couldn't even imagine going through the stuff that these kids go through today, because they're so vicious. Like,
I'm terrible. That's why I tell people, even when I was younger, I just rather fight, because I'm not going to, be nice when I talk about you. Right. I'm not. No one is off limits. I'm gonna talk about your mama, your grandmama. I'm gonna talk about everybody. You got a little special needs, but I'm gonna talk about that person, because I'm like, my sister was special needs, so there's nothing off limit. Like, there's nothing off limits to me. Like, if your daddy was there, if your daddy wasn't there, I'm gonna find some dirt out about your daddy. Mine was a Rolling Stone, so I still have I'm like, my daddy had like 20 of us. So I'm gonna talk about you. You might be my sister. I don't know. You don't know your daddy. We probably related. And I'm gonna still talk about you. So there's nothing off limits. So I just rather let's stop. Let's just go ahead and fight.
See, I came from a really big family, like a huge family. So, and I was explaining this to my son. I was like, you single children, y'all ain't cut from it, because if it wasn't my brothers and sisters talking about me, it was cousins. It's like we just had, so it was always some stuff going on. And I think for some people that, like hurt their feelings, but I don't know, like for us, like my sisters and I, we were talking about this. We're just cut differently, like from a different like, because it was so much going on, like, and to me it was fun, like it wasn't anything personal. I mean, it's like you go home, what it made you do was you go home and you gotta practice. You gotta like, okay, dang, I should have said this. Next time I see him, you ready. You go, you work on your material, you go back and you ready for him. But today,
so she was waiting for a day two.
We was like,
it wasn't a day two for me. It was just, you know what? Let's stop all this talking right now. Come on, let's fight.
Right. We go like it was just too. First of all, it was too many of us. You let you fight, hit somebody, because this was, like I said, we got it firsthand with family.
We did that.
By the time we got to school or in the neighborhood, there was nothing that anybody in the neighborhood could say that somebody in your family hadn't already said.
That's what I'm saying. Like we did, like when it was the group that wanted to fight me, and I was the youngest, and my sister was like, "No, y'all want to fight her? It's 1-on-1." I was like, "Bet I can handle 1-on-1. Y'all ain't about to jump me, but I can handle 1-on-1."
It was too many of us. Like,
man, girl,
I don't think we didn't. I don't remember us ever even having that type of problem, because it was just too.
Y'all a whole little.
It was right. It was too many of us.
Gang.
And we all lived in the same. We all lived in the same area. We all went to the same school. So like. It was so, plus back then, it's like in our area, we didn't have like a lot of that. Like it was, so all our stuff was like within each other. So it's like when we go, it's like, like if one of the friends or the cousins, they want to talk about you, your family egging you, man, you better if you don't win, we roasting you double time.
Y'all had to talk about battle. We had a fight battle.
It was so talk about. So it's like now, whatever, it's like people would say stuff and we like, oh my God, that's all you got.
I remember my mom.
Your forehead big. Oh my God.
I hear that all the time.
What in the world? Who? Girl, so I'm just like, and I was telling my son, I'm like, by you being my only child, he didn't go through a lot of that. So he gets really in his feelings about
it. Get roasted.
And I be, because but I felt it was my duty. I had to give it to him because he ain't had no siblings in the. Listen, hey, if you don't get your big nose, my nose is not big. Your nose is big. Okay, so
when they start to roast each other, they cool. Then when they roast me, they cool. But then when I roast them, it's a problem. I'm like, why can't I give you back what you done gave me? Why can't we, if we going there, let's go there. Cause I'm gonna hit below the belt. You're gonna hit below the belt too. So let's go there. I can handle it. I might cry a little bit, but I can handle it.
I felt like by him being the only child, I would be remiss to not, you have to hear some names, because when you get out in the real world, people are gonna talk about you. You may be the apple of your mama's eye, but you the pumpkin or the scarecrow of somebody else's eye. And this is real. You have to have these kids to be prepared, because if you don't, they will come home, listen, all in a wreck, all in a mental, it's just so much that's going on. So, don't break them down, but you got to definitely get them ready for the real world, especially if they're only kids. We got Toy, she's saying he not going. She said, let's go ahead and fight.
Let's go. Because I know me. It's going to get so bad after I finish talking about you that you already going to want to fight. So I already know what the end result is. I got that ESPN. I know what the end is. The end is we're going to fight. So let's just skip to the end, and it's going to duke this on out. And then when we go back to school the next day, we can see you're going to shut up though. Because now, even if I lost that fight, you still gonna shut up because I promise you, I gave you a fight that you will never forget. Like, dang, she can scrap.
Well, fighting with family was not up because listen, I'm
No,
not
y'all
gonna
can't
be
fight
getting
with
no
family.
whooping. I listen. You
That's
better take that
different.
joke. Listen, you better take that joke, and if it hurts your feelings, you better
Better
take
get
it to the
over it.
Lord in prayer. But strike somebody because they said something to you, and they could be provoking you, knowing they just going there. Hit one of them if you want to. Oh, especially if somebody was messing with you at school and you ain't do nothing about it, and then you come home and try to hit one of your, whoo, baby, that's a whole different kind of whooping that you ain't even trying to understand. So, again, if you are marrying someone and you don't want them to physically discipline your children, but you're expecting them to financially contribute and do everything else for your child, I would say just question, why am I getting married? Why am I going to marry this person if I don't trust them to be a total and complete parent? Guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break.
Short.
And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yeah, guys, did you grow up?
No, I'm not a hard man to get along with. I'm a choosy lover. And no, it doesn't take a lot to please me. I like my woman loyal and stays right by my side. Oh, choosy lover. She my Bonnie, I'm a Clyde, and always down to ride. Oh, yeah. Let's not get it twisted. She gotta be a freak too. A woman in the street, gotta grow up in a bed. Ain't no limitation, but we do what grown folks do. Know how to climb on top and then she ride it like a rodeo. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's levels to choose in love. Now I can't stand the jealous side, cause I don't do the drama. Whoa, no, I'm a choosy. I'd rather make love to relieve that energy. Oh yeah, she gotta know exactly what love means. And when I show affection, she receives. I'm a choosy lover. Cause yeah, I got a lot to give, but I'm too grown to play the game. I don't even entertain. But please don't get it twisted. Take it to the bone. When she move her body, it just gotta turn me on. She just like a coke bottle, like an hourglass. Bigger than a snicker. Gotta watch her when she has. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's levels to choose in love. Are you the one that I've been searching for? The type of girl I visioned in my dreams, babe. Are you the one that makes me happy? So happy. Yeah. The one that makes my life feel so complete. Can you satisfy my sexual desires, baby? Yeah. Baby, can you? And can you be the one that's always in my fantasy? Baby, can you? Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. Gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a She's a lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's never to choose another.
Welcome back to the J Spot,
Spot.
where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten.
No, I did find out that if you masturbate twice a week and you reach an orgasm, that it gives you like an extra 10 more years on your life. So I'm gonna be living forever. Yeah, I'm immortal, baby.
You know what? I
I'm
cannot
serious.
with you.
Girl,
I'm sitting up here looking. She had my undivided
attention
attention.
already.
Like she was about to really say something.
That's deep. I had did about 3-4 times. I'm immortal. I done added 40 years to my life already. And then the stuff that I did last week. I tell you, this what you call it, the telemarketers, they be trying to call you scammers. This little scammer, right? I'll tell you, I was a little horny. So this little scammer was trying to scam me. Have you heard about the gifting fund? One of our friends' account, he hacked. He hacked that. So I was like, for real, the gifting fund. I knew this ain't my girl. So I said, okay, we're gonna play this little role. So I'm like, man, so-and-so, she sleep with so-and-so's brother. He don't even know that, that's actually so-and-so's girlfriend. He was like, for real? But listen, what about this little fun? But let me tell you about what happened to so-and-so. I missed you last night at the party. Why wasn't you there? Oh man, I had stuff to do. I said, really? So I'm getting him into the conversation. Then I had to figure out what sex is he? Because I don't know if this is a female or this is a dude. So I'm like, okay. And I started talking about the conversation more deeply. And I'm like, this a dude because he ain't going to what I'm saying. This got to be a dude. I'm like, I really wanted to be with you. For real? Like, yeah, I really want to show you what this dude, right? So he was like, send me a picture of him. I'm like, got him. I was like, you first. This little nasty bastard sent me a whole video. The candied rain. We got all the way to, I was like, and then, so I screenshot everything because I knew he was going to delete everything. He deleted the whole account after he waited for a while and he saw that I wasn't, going to do the gifting crap no more. He deleted the whole account.
Wow.
I got you though. I screenshotted that stuff, bad boy.
Listen, she done had me sit up here thinking she was about to take us on a nice journey. We was going to learn and you come with
You did learn. This is how you flip the scammers. When you know your friends ain't trying to give you.
No, I'm talking about you talking about you done added 30 years.
I did add 30 years. Plus with the scammer, because me and him, we did have a little sex on the, But still, that's not, we didn't have actual sex. We just had like scam phone sex. Scam phone sex. You send a video, he sent a video.
Listen, I done heard it all. Scam phone sex.
When they try to scam y'all, do phone sex with them. They'll leave you alone because after a while, they little freaky stuff going to get out of trying to get your money. And now they're trying to get your honey, And I was like, are you in Chicago? He was like, no, I'm in Houston, you dumbass.
He had to be a dumb thirsty one. Like, how do you know? How do you answer all these questions without hanging? You gotta be the dumb.
Everyone see that video. I was like,
oh my goodness. How many ways can you doggone and sue the company that he working for? You crazy. Oh my goodness. Get him. But guys, listen, our next hot topic. Now this, you all
got to be more careful.
You got to. So the guy, him and his girl, they together. And listen, you guys just got to be more careful. I'm just going to say this beforehand. So they get, they're engaged. They're about to get married. She done gave him 2 children before they done walked down the aisle. Now listen, she done put on the baby weight and have not dropped the baby weight. So she's a stay-at-home mom and he works, between 12 and 16 hours a day. So he comes home and he's like, he's noticed that, she a little chunky now, he don't like it. He's like, so he's hinting at her to, work out and, he's letting her know, like, he said he bought little gym material and weights and all that. And he's like, work out. Like, I need you to lose some weight, but he hasn't said, he said he's just hinting, asking her to come work out with him and things of that nature. And so when he asked her to work out with him, he's saying, she's like, she's tired. So her children are at home. They're 3 years old and 1. First of all, you got them 2 jokers.
She could have been worked. You could be
And
running them all, and they still energized. That's so easy. You can't be tired with them.
So he's like, now he's not sexually attracted to her anymore, and he's like, he's really considering calling off the wedding because she's gained those 50 pounds, and he's just is not attracted to her, and he wants to know, is he wrong for feeling like that? What do you think about that? Like, you guys, what do you think? She's had 2 of this man's babies. She done put on that baby weight, and she has not dropped that baby weight. They're engaged to be married, but he's like, listen, if she don't drop that weight, I can't marry her because I'm not attracted to her. My soldier does not come at attention. I am not able to 21 gun salute.
And remember,
with her,
he offered to work out with her. So, because someone, Jay just sent me a message and said, so why didn't he join with her? He did. He offered to, to work out with her. And she said she was tired. Now, when you put it like that, he's not being an ass or anything. He clearly, he wants to be with you, and he wants to get his attraction back because he's lost that attraction for you. And he's trying to give you a hint on how he can get it back for you and then work out with you. Not try to scold you or anything else, work out with you. Then you need to work out. I mean, you got him a certain way. You ain't even made it to the altar yet. You at least, I mean, you could pull it probably after you left. After y'all say your I do's, and which you got about 30 days before you can. I think it's 30 days before you can annul it. So at least wait 90 days. After that 90 days, gain the 50 pounds back, girl. Go on, gain it back. We together now. It's too late. It's going back to them 16 hours. And all them 16 hours while he at work. Now you could have hopped. You could have took them little children on a little stroll around the block or something, show your little children off. You could have he got your little home gym. You can get on the treadmill a little bit, run them little rascals all over the house, feed them first. Run them all over the house. They're going to fall out. And now you could just do your little thing or whatever. And you're good to go. But she doesn't want to lose the weight because she's got comfortable with being at the house not doing anything.
And I thought about it from that way. And then the other part of me is this. Maybe she's depressed. I mean, like first of all, I could not imagine, just me personally, I can't imagine being a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm not doing it. I'm not. So that right there within itself could be a problem. Maybe she didn't see herself being a stay-at-home mom. She maybe wanted to, maybe he wanted her to stay at home, and she wanted to work. So now maybe she's depressed because she got to stay at home with them little jokers, and now she's not.
Because when she had that first one, he was doing the same thing. She was a stay-at-home. She decided that routine. And she was like, well, I could just be at the house. Because after she had that first baby, it's like, what the heck? Oh, well, he doing all this. I'm going to just sit at the house. And then you knew that you was ovulating. If you're extra, extra horny, 9 times out of 10, you're probably ovulating. You knew. So you hopped up on it and nobody pulled out. Because the pull-out method don't even work. Because my oldest son, that's how he got here. Pull-out method is a lie. So that ain't going to work. So you hopped up on it and he got a little skeet up in there. And then that was voila. You got babies now. That's how it works. Voila.
Baby number 2. I don't know. So that's just my thinking. Maybe she's depressed about, definitely having the 2 kids and being a stay at home. And then if she's saying, and the only reason why I'm saying it is depression, because if she's always hollering that she's tired, like that's a sign of depression. Like you're sending her stuff and she don't want to work out. Like,
but you know what? Then he just needs Jay sent me things that maybe they should have a conversation. Then he needs to find a way to, let's go to, a doctor, some counseling, whatever, to see what's going on because you're tired and I'm concerned or whatever. And I love you and I care about you. So I want to see what's going on with you. So that way we can, get past this or whatever, and we can get to the next step. So all that is, it is in communication and in conversation.
And that is so true. And it's like, but the thing is, I have to question how deep is his love if you're already 1 foot out the door and you have not really had a conversation with her.
But it's
You're
deep.
throwing hints at me. Don't throw hints at me like if I'm no longer appealing or attractive to you, at least, and then you say you love me, at least sit me down and have a conversation with
But
me.
it's deep because, and this is a real scenario. Is this a real scenario?
Yeah.
That's why it's deep. He may have not known how to talk to her, so he sent the information to us.
Right, but don't be
So
out the
now,
door.
He may not be out the door, but that's the first thing in his head. So at least let me be honest. I mean, I have to give it to you on your honesty. At least you was honest enough to say, this is how I feel. And I don't want to leave her. So I'm trying to, let me, figure out something. What should I do? He asked that question. He could have just said, well, yeah, I left my girl because she picked up all this weight and stuff. We'd have popped out these babies and picked up this weight. I'd rather be, a baby daddy on child support opposed to dealing with her fat behind. So, and then and not even ask, what should I do? So he cares enough about her to ask someone else outside the whole relationship that don't even know them, what should I do?
You guys, if you want to chime in, our number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. I just think that, again, now here's the thing. If it was flipped, and if it was the dude that was unattractive, I mean, here's the deal. We are attracted to what we are attracted to. We like what we like. I think a conversation, no matter how hard it may be, like, give that person the benefit of the doubt. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's just like, if we said to death do us part, is that, I mean, are we even built to make it this day? Today, in today's society, with our relationships and marriages, and we have all these choices and options, are we even built that way anymore? Are we even built to death do us part? For better or for worse, are we even built that way anymore? Like, I mean, our relationships, our marriages, even considering that as being the foundation, like, I'm gonna be there. Yeah, you not looking like you used to look, but dag, I mean, you a good woman, or you a good man in so many of these other areas, or are we just strictly gonna focus on the physical? And it's important, don't get me wrong, because listen,
that's the first attraction, is a physical attraction.
but
that's
it's like, now what about like when he starts to lose his hair? So listen, I love the man with a full, nice grade of hair, but Father Time saw something different for you. So at this point, since you no longer look how you looked when we first got together, do I leave you because of that? Or is our love deeper than that? Like, we want what we want, and we like what we like, and we're attracted to what we're attracted to. But I just want to just question, is our love big? If is our love for our partners bigger than what the superficial things that we like? And I'm finding today a lot of that. Our love is not that deep. Our love is just strictly as long as we're getting what it is that we want and what we like in a relationship. We good. As long as things are going our way, we good. We solid. But the moment something changes, we out the door. We're looking for a way out.
Sha Strickland says, nope, relationships are disposable these days.
And we got Steven, he's saying, what is
we still build like that, but people not falling at guidelines at the same time. If you put God first, and you have a Christian lady that believes in you and you believe in her, then that you have basically it'll work together if you have a great foundation and you put your religion into your life. But I mean, even those you can have your faith, and you still have people that'll be like, you know what, it's just not, I can't do this. I know Jay had sent me a message, and he said that we're not the person that he needs to be honest with. It doesn't work like that. And I'm like on the fence with that, because some people, you need to seek a third party sometimes. I may not be the one that you seek or whatever, but or a counselor per se may not be the one that you seek, but sometimes that's where talk shows have originated from. You call in and say this is what's going on. That's what made Steve Harvey so popular and stuff, because you call and you ask and you tell them this is what's going on with me and this person that I care about, and what do you think? I'm searching for a way. That means I still want to be with this person. So I'm really fighting for this relationship, because I'm asking the third person, what should I do? Because I don't know what to do, and I don't want to leave this person, but I just don't know what to do and don't know how to help her.
Well, again, having a conversation, to me, just have a conversation, and let's stop. I mean, because it's like anything, I'm just thinking of all of the scenarios. Like, what if, she happened, like her thyroids are messed up, anything. I'm just saying, in situations like that, what if in her case it's seeming like the weight gain is controllable, like she can just work it off and be done with it. But what about years from now, she might not be able to get the weight off? Is that a deal breaker? Is her weight a deal breaker for you loving her and wanting to be there with her? It's just like, these are conversations, guys, and these are real conversations. It's just like, everybody, listen, we want to pop them babies out, but not considering the fact that, listen, these your kids. First of all, dude, these your kids. She didn't come into the relationship with somebody else's kids. You gave her them stretch marks. You gave her that weight. So now you think that it's so easy for her to just drop it. For some women it is. For some women it's not. So it's just a case-by-case situation. But at the same time, ladies, I mean, listen, if he attracted to a certain thing and he done told you that he's attracted to a certain thing, you can't change his mind on that. You can't change his taste on that, though.
Golly, that's the oh God, I can't get my words right. That blows me, because he's attracted to certain. I'm attracted to a certain thing too. My needs need to be fulfilled too. Yes, you want this, you want the big butt, I bet. You want the, flat stomach. Well, guess what? My stomach ain't flat, but my booty is bigger than my stomach. Put it like that. My boobs is bigger than my stomach. How about that? I'm well proportioned very well. So, but I may not want a gut, or I may not feel like lifting up rolls or whatever, or I may not want hair on your nuts. I mean, we got to compromise somewhere, trim the hedges. I take a couple of walks around the block. Do a squat or a push-up or what is it, a crunch. I'll take some more walks around the block. I mean, where there's the compromise right there. You can't have it your way, because my name is not Burger King. It is not. And you think you the king of Burger King and you want to have it your way every way. No, we're not going to do it. No. I got needs too. I like getting pedicures. You got ugly feet. Now that's my deal breaker, because I just not gonna do that.
Ain't gonna do
now
the
we got because if you got ugly feet, like, and I hate to say it like this.
Say it.
I'm gonna be crucified.
Say it.
Homeless men feet.
Oh.
If you got Bigfoot feet, if you got werewolf feet, no, like,
but see, we wouldn't even be engaged, because it's like, I've already.
But he'll try to pull that. I wear socks routine.
Oh no.
Let's cuddle. I like to keep my socks on.
But you can still they foot crooked up. No, I'm going. Nope. I'm rubbing feet.
If if I got to walk past you in the shower and you still got your socks on,
or you always,
it's over with.
No, and it's like, if their foot is deformed, like, you don't even, there's no need to even take this. First of all, you can look at the foot in the sock and you can tell if it's all knotted up and you wondering, is it rocks in his sock?
And it's not because you was born like this. Because I could deal with you, because that it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. But if this actually was your fault, like, all it called was just a little $40 pedicure. Like that, like they got the little slit for the women in they drawers, a little $40 pouch right there. That little slit for y'all's little underwear is the same way. That $40 go right into that slit. That's not what the yellow penis pop out at. Go and get them feet done.
That's too big for $40. That's a slit for $100 bill. That ain't no 2-bill slit. That's $100 bill.
I can't give him $100 to go
That's
get his feet.
$100 bill slit.
He can put him $100 in my drawers, but
listen, keep that
we have
$40.
needs too. So that and that's the thing. I like the fact that he reached out. I like the fact that he's trying to figure out what to do. Have you asked her, is she attracted to you? I mean, you work all these hours and stuff. Are you getting any exercise? Because your job may require you just to stand there at a machine and press the button off.
Right.
And if I'm fixing your dinner, if I'm heavy set, maybe you might be heavy set too. When you get heavy set, do you know that when your gut expands, your penis shrinks in? So now I'm not getting an orgasm. I got to fake it when I sit up there and ride you and stuff. You may not want my big giant behind up on top of you, but I can't feel it either.
And then he working all those hours, so it's like,
hey, Lawrence,
is your stamina really what
really?
You think it is? So
really?
It's like, so
I have to crack the little blue pills and crush them up and put them in a smoothie for you to get it up rock hard like I need it to be. How you think you grew a few inches more? You think that was just by luck? No, sweetheart. I fixed your dinner that day. I knew what I put up in it. I'm waiting for you to come home and break me in. I got the children sleep. They washed and sleep. Yeah, I put a couple of pounds on. Hit it from the back. Hell, call me Shamu.
Little Robitussin, little NyQuil. Put them, ensure that they sleep through the night. And here you are. You acting like this. And here's the deal. At the end of the day, you are entitled to like what you like. You're entitled to want what you want. But we got to be a little deeper than what we are, because we kind of
trying to get you to get deep.
We definitely fallen by the wayside with some of this stuff. Now, here's the deal. If you petty like that, now here's the deal. If you go into the relationship and your spouse, they know you petty, that's one thing. Just be petty. And then listen, you got your way out. Well, listen, you already knew I was shallow and petty.
You knew this. You knew this.
So this ain't no. So I love you still the same, but I had already told you.
And
you gained any weight.
Like
it is, and I can respect that.
Yes, I can. Bet.
I can respect that.
I've had guys on the dating site tell me, no, I'm not into BBWs. Bet, not a problem. I get you. You too big. Not a problem.
Like, you got about 10 more. You got about a 10-pound leeway, and this ain't gonna work. Like, wait, what? But I can respect that because now I know, like, you petty. So now I'm gonna hit you with the all right. You got a 1-inch leeway around this way, and it's all good. So as long as we can match, then here we are. But if we're not having these conversations and you wait till it get like that, then it could be offensive and then it could seem kind of shallow. But if you go into the relationship shallow and they with you, then listen, you knew what you was getting yourself into. You knew I wasn't much. You knew this. You don't try to act like you thought I was deep and I'm not.
It's not that.
Let's have a conversation. We got to get a little deeper. Now, this right here, I can already tell y'all, this is going to blow some of y'all off the water. So y'all may want to call in for this one if you feel like it. 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. It goes a little something like this. How likely is a man willing to date a woman with kids who claims, I'm going to go back, I'm going to emphasize on this. She claims to be celibate until marriage. Is this asking for too much? I'm going home. I'm telling you, I'm going to go home because this is some bull junkie. What they got to do? What do one got to do with the other? So she's celibate, but he ain't going to date her because she got kids already. So what happened? So just because she got kids, she can't be celibate now? Tell me what y'all saying about this. 708-223-8953. So if she's got kids, but she decides now she want to be celibate to marriage, she ain't asking you for your raggedy hand in marriage. She's just saying, I'm choosing to opt out the game. Does she not have a right to say that because she got kids? What do you think about that? Like,
she has a right to say that. I can't stand that question because guys do the same thing. it's so much emphasis on, you see women out here that celibate after they've had children, and then they get into a relationship, and then the guy's like, well, let's do it. No, I'm waiting until I'm married. And they're like, wait, what? Guys do the exact same thing. I know 2 guys that have done the exact same thing, that was like, no, they had children. And after they had bad divorces and stuff, they decided to be celibate. And then they said they wanted to wait until they got married again. They was over it. So don't get mad because I want to hold my little purse.
Right.
Let me hold my little purse. Know that I'm holding my purse for you, baby. So when you say I do, when you do, I will be the biggest freak of the week. You listen. You can call me Megan. You can spell my name. Listen, I'll just ride and spell my name up on it, okay? Whatever you want to do. But until then, and then if you think that the coot ain't good, I got to, I've been pushed out to these little children. Ask their daddies how good it is. Because you see their daddies is trying to call me. And, and I be put them on the block list. So I asked their dad, so it must be good. It's a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. I promise you, it's a pot of gold.
But I just don't understand, like, what is the problem? What is the problem with anybody, a woman in this situation, a woman wanting to be celibate after she's had kids, or even if she did not have kids? She like, listen, I'm just tired of this whole thing, because first of all, when you have sex with somebody, it makes it hard for some women. It makes it hard for you to let that relationship go. You know that this relationship is not good for you, but now you attached to this person because you're having sex with them. So it makes it a little bit harder for some women to walk away. So why is she wrong? Or why is that considered she's playing games when she done had it before, when she ain't had it with you? And if that's the case, if she's had it before and you know she's had it before, why do you have rocks in your jaws about her deciding to be celibate? Well, she ain't make that low down end work that she got kids by. Okay, so now she's learned her lesson. Now she said, you know what? I'm not going to let you low down end get none because you a low down end. How about that? How about that be her reasoning for not wanting to have sex? Because she recognized the low life end that she had kids with, and she recognized the same traits in you. But now she wrong because she done got a little wiser. Now she wrong. You should be able to if you decide to put your hoo-ha up, Num Yodo Reiki, it's yours to put up. And whoever don't like it, they don't gotta like it. It ain't for you to like it. This may not be the setup for you. But because a woman chooses to be celibate because she done gave it to him. So what I got to wait for? You ain't got to wait. Just find somebody else. Move around, sugar. Move around, beloved. You ain't gotta wait, because if that's the decision that she chose to make, then that's the decision that she chose to make. Has absolutely nothing to do with you. Oh yeah. Oh, so she done let all these hood ends run up through her. Now she want to make me wait. Here's the deal. If you feel like all them hood ends ran up in her, why you trying to get up married? In there?
Thank you. I just don't get that. I don't get why guys or people are mad. It is her free will and choice. I respect that. I don't understand why people get mad when they say they want to do nothing until they get married. I don't see why people in general want to get mad if I say, bring me your I want to see your STD record saying that you clear. I don't even know what you had. As long as you ain't got that, I just want to see it say, I don't have X, Y, Z and AIDS. And COVID, put that on there too. I don't have any of those things. So if I show you mine and say I don't have these, then you should be able to show me yours saying I don't have these either. Why? We're grown. What are you afraid of? If you got it, then at least you know you got it. Go get a shot for whatever. You can't get a shot. They got all these billboards up saying you're living with HIV. Go live with it or whatever. But let me know, because if you want it, if you really wanted it, we doing some grown folks thing. This is the grown folks thing. Be responsible.
Exactly. And it's just like, again, it's your personal choice. It's her personal decision. I don't care if she's 65 years old and she decides she wanted to be celibate. It's her right to decide, listen, I want to be celibate. Oh, it's that thing. Oh, it's been okay. Well, then what's the problem? Why are you trying to get with it? If you feel that way, that's just nothing but a manipulation tactic to try to make her feel bad about her decision. And here's the deal. If that's not the setup for you, then that's not the setup for you. Bounce, move around. But it doesn't matter how many kids she has, how many different it doesn't matter. if she decides that, you know what, from this day forward, I want to make some different choices and some different changes in my life, she's entitled to do that without a dude taking it personal. Like they take this personal, like your decision to be celibate, it has something to do with them. This is a personal journey. It has nothing to do with you. She's gonna do it whether you're there or not. Like, if that's what she chooses to do. But these dudes get all up in their feelings. Oh man, that itch done been around before. So also now you think I'm finna stick around? You don't have to, sugar. You don't have to. Yeah, she gonna die like that. Well, chances are she gonna die happy because she ain't got to worry about your negative vibes, your negative bull junkie, your negative attitude. She ain't got to worry about it. So if a woman is saying that she's celibate, I don't care if she has 7 kids. If she want to be celibate, it's her choice. You don't have to stick around for it. She wants to be celibate to marriage. So now you decide that you want to be, yeah.
That's why.
Yes, like, she can make that decision at any point.
Then that's the bad thing, because you just pump my ego up so much more because you're mad that I want to hold my kids to me.
Big mad.
So is my kid? You heard somebody told you my kid is good.
Just big mad about things like that. So it's like it's her personal decision. So if she decides she wants to remain celibate or become celibate, that's her decision. And guess what? You have a right to not want to get involved in a situation like that. So don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. She has a right to want to be celibate. You have a right to say, this is not the setup for me. I'm too old for this. So go find you somebody that wants to continue to have friendly hoo-ha. They're out there. You don't have to get your blood pressure all up high off this one little old chick over here that decides she want to be celibate. Let her be. Let her be, and you go and continue to play in all the other kitty cat that you want to. But guess what? You're going to always be thinking about that one kitty cat that you didn't get, and that's why you're mad. Yeah, this ain't she sitting up there trying to act like she's celibate. Now, been through all these dudes, and now she want to hold back. Think, I'm finna stick around for this. I'm a real Ian. I ain't got time. These bees be out here playing. Listen, you done got your blood pressure all up high for nothing at all. And guess what? She done looked and said, listen, I'm not going to deal with this. This is a choice that I made. So if you can't get with the program, then you are free to be dismissed. I'm not going to be mad at you. This ain't the setup for you. I'm not the one for you. And guess what? It's okay, because there's a difference between being single and being lonely. So she's single. And listen, some people are single and they are happy because they're just tired of the games. They're tired of the nonsense. They're tired of frivolous, materialistic, shallow attitudes. They're tired of the inconsistency, which leads to our final hot topic. So the lady wants to know, she said that she's been talking to the gentleman. They've been talking for quite a while, but he goes off. So she says that he calls, folks get busy, but how can they really say that they're into a person and they are inconsistent like that? They stop calling, they don't call, they don't text. What if the man or the woman says that they are really into you and you spend some time together, but they go days without calling you or texting you? And sometimes they don't even answer the phone when you call, or they only answer or return your calls after a certain time. Understanding that people are busy, but what do you think about that? How do you deal with the inconsistencies? Y'all been talking and then they just stop responding to your phone calls, or they stop responding to the text messages, and they can go days and weeks without talking to you. And that's kind of their normal pattern. Do you stick it out and hold on to that? Or do you just walk away and just say, you know what? Either they got somebody else or I'm just not the one for them. How do you handle a situation like
I
that?
would ask them, one, is there someone else, or what are we doing? Because this is what I'm observing in your pattern and stuff, and so I'm trying to figure out what it is that we're doing, so I know exactly how to move. And so if they say, no, I'm just fine where I'm at, or woo woo, I won't let you waste my time. I've said this over and over. I probably said it on every show. I can get money back. I can get a lot of stuff back. I can get clothes back. I can't get my time back, and I won't let anybody waste my time. And if I see that, you don't communicate with me, and you don't return my call, or you don't text me, you don't do any of that, then what's the point of me trying to put that time into you, sitting back here waiting, hoping? And I'm not doing that crap.
And it's like, the thing is, what people don't understand is, with the inconsistent behavior, you're not growing close with that person. The more you pull those inconsistent, disappearing, I'm not texting, I'm not returning calls, the further that you grow from that person. So it's just like, at some point, especially if you're a person that's used to doing this, at some point, like, they don't even care if you're not calling.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even care if you disappear, because they're so used to you doing it. They're not even attached to you anymore. What you thought that you were building, or what you thought was hurting them, now they don't care anymore. Especially if they stop even acknowledging the fact that they haven't talked to you or seen you. Just know that they don't care. But for those that want to know, like, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with the inconsistency?
Walk away.
You have to. You got to save yourself, because there's nobody, like, you go to the bathroom, people have their phones everywhere. You mean to tell me you're too busy to just take a few seconds to text, good morning, I hope you have a good day, I'll talk. We get a lunch break. We all get some type of break. You mean to tell me that you don't have that type of time to just spend a little time, just a few seconds? Everybody, listen, they got all these watches, all these different gadgets where you can just press the little button, text them, good morning, I was just thinking about you, real busy, I'll talk to you later. Something. But to let all of these days go by, I would say you got to let it go. You got to let them go. You got to let people do what it is that they're going to do, what they want to do. And sometimes that's not holding on to you. And why do people come back and forth and play those games? It's because you allow them to. If they know that they can keep getting away with it and there's no consequences for their actions, then they're going to keep doing it. But in a situation like this, would I advise somebody to hold on to somebody like this? I would not, because you're not doing anything but torturing yourself, when clearly they're showing you they're just not into you like that. They're not there. They may be into somebody else, or they may not be into anybody else at all, but they're clearly not into you if they're doing this. Being consistent is so important. And it's grown man, grown woman-ish. If you don't want to be with somebody at this point, I thought we were grown enough to say,
I don't want
to be with you. This is not working for me. We can cut out the ghosting. We can cut out the being inconsistent. This is not working for me. It was good while it lasted, or it wasn't good, whatever it is. This is not working for me. And then we can just go on. Like, it truly is.
Wait a minute. How you did that to me?
In 2022, we still are not grown enough to just cut the ties and just say, listen, this is not working. I've tried, but it's not working. That's it. Some people, yes, some people may want a little bit deeper. You can give them a little bit more if you want to, but at least give them that much to just close the door and let it go. But be inconsistent and keep running back and forth and playing games. I would really find it hard to believe that somebody can still be emotionally invested in a situation like that when that's all they get is inconsistency. So if you're going to be there, be there. But don't be too busy to put the effort into a relationship, because if you're too busy, then don't be in a relationship. Just get you a random hookup and just keep it that. And here's the thing. If the person that you're being inconsistent with If they are your random hookup, let them know that they're your random hookup. Don't be hooking them in and keep them holding
We have
on.
to.
And they thinking that they in a
We gonna be
relationship
together,
with you, and
these
they thinking
together.
that they holding on to a relationship, but they your once in a while
Now
hookup.
you know
Let
what
them
this
know
is.
that.
Now, see, I hit you the same time every 3 months, and we go out to dinner, and we go catch a little show, and guess what I get to do? Tap that ass, and then that's that. Now you know this is not it, and you're gonna keep sending me these little text messages the next day after I leave your house at about 7:30 because I don't want to see your children. You know, I miss you, boo, and you wonder why I didn't respond back because I don't miss you. I'm gonna see you in 3 more months. Same time, same place.
Right. And so with that being consistent, so at least don't start off, tell them, listen, because sometimes we get the lines crossed. We get our lines crossed because we don't went out them 3 months, and you looking for something else. That once in a while, they really listen. We fix our minds sometimes to see what we want to see.
Mm.
And it may not always listen. I know you talking to somebody. I keep a pair of rose-colored glasses. So for those that wear the rose-colored glasses like I do, you got to just break it down and make it clear for us so that we can know, okay, this is, that's what that means. Oh, you don't want, okay, well, why you didn't say that? Oh, well, you think me disappearing for 6 months, you think that didn't tell you? I'm like, oh.
What y'all be telling me? That you always looking to
Shoot.
find some way to dump a person. No, I don't. I see that this is not gonna go nowhere.
Right. And so tell me it ain't going nowhere. Tell me it ain't going nowhere. And guess what? I make it real easy. I'm not the problem. Listen, I'm the easiest person you can break up with. I promise you.
But
I'm the easiest person because this is not what you want.
Some people, your friends, if I'm your friend, I have your best interest at heart. Everybody who I consider a friend, who considers me a friend, they know that I literally have their best interest at heart. And if you ask me a question on, your relationship, I know you as my friend, so I know
you give good advice, though. You give heartfelt advice,
or I can just be like, I can't tell them what I really feel. Then if you say, just tell me what you really like. Okay, this is what I really feel, and
you give good advice. You give good advice. You give that wife type. You give really good advice. You give that keep it together. When I be like, no, we gonna just flip out and go through the phone and tear the whole iPad up. You be like, no, we ain't gonna listen. No, you jump into conclusions. Just get them the benefit.
It's gonna show itself. If it's there, it's gonna show itself. So just let it show itself. I be seeing mine because I got that ESPN. So I be telling, I'm telling y'all, this person's wasting my time. No, Adrian, I'm telling you, these are the signs that I see. No, y'all be doing this together. Okay. And sure enough, girl, you was right, because I told you I got that stuff.
See, my intuition be so on point. I be like, oh my God, it's you again. But now that I've gotten a little wiser, I just listen to my intuition and I just stop. I just stop trying to fight it. I'm just like, you know what? I just have other things to do, and I'm just not gonna go looking for or trying to confirm what my intuition has already told me. I know from experience, my intuition is and has always been on point. It has never failed me. So I just listen to it. But if you're in a relationship and you're being inconsistent with that person with time and texting and seeing them, why are you in a relationship? If you're that busy, then why are you in a relationship? Like, just be single and let that person know what your intention is. Don't have this person in a relationship, but then you still playing the field, or you playing games, or whatever it is that you're doing. Just be honest. Like, we're at the point where we should be able to be honest. There's too many people out there to accept anything in opposed to holding on to somebody that that they're looking for something more. If you don't feel that they deserve that something more from you, let them go. Like, why are you holding on to?
But that's too much. Like, right. I can't let you go. Like, I'm at the point where literally I can look at the pictures and be like, "Oh, you full of
you full of horse manure.
That you're
full of cow.
You ain't into the. You use a lie." And then I'm like, and I'm not about to go beneath what I like and maybe they just I can look into their soul and see that they're a nice person.
I'm done.
I
looking
don't
at
have
the
time no
soul.
more. I can't do that anymore. I'm just not gonna do that and then waste my time. Now I'm dealing with the ugly dude. I'm kissing the ugly dude. I'm dancing. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to get liquored up to deal with you or high to deal with you. I don't want to do any of those things. So let's just listen, this is what it is. I'm not into you. You're not into me. Let's not waste each other's time. And then accept it. Like, dang, she just told me. I can accept it if you tell me. Bet I'm not a problem. Thank you so much.
And you have to accept that if a person is not into you. Again, we're so busy, but we make time for whoever we want to make time for. We make time for whatever it is that we want to make time for. So listen, action speaks louder than words. So like, let your yay be your yay and your nay be your nay. Don't sugarfoot it. That's the thing. So many people want to straddle the fence. Either you is or either you ain't. And that's just it. It ain't no in between. But a lot of people today, like they'll try to hold on to you and keep you in their corner because they not ready to stop playing. They not ready to stop playing games, but yet they don't want you to go anywhere. You have to break the shackles, sweetie, and you have to go your separate way. Let them go head on and be busy and be inconsistent and do whatever it is that they want to do over there. Let them find their freedom and their happiness. Because here's the deal. When you let people do what they're going to do, just watch what they do. You shouldn't want to make somebody spend time with you, see you, text you, call you. Listen, if it's not organic, if you're not doing it willingly, I don't want it. Don't want it at all.
What is it? Justin, he says he agrees. And then Jay says that's the thing. People can't be honest with others because they're not honest with themselves.
This is true. Well, guys, listen. Tonight, we're going to get honest about this. Has physical enhancements gone too far? Again, have physical enhancements gone too far? Now, you may say, Jay, what do you mean by physical enhancements? Has it gone too far? Anything that a person does to make them look a little bit better or a little bit more appealing is a physical enhancement. There's nothing wrong with adding to the canvas that's already there. But when you completely alter the canvas, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about completely altering that canvas. So when you're dating someone, how important is them being attractive? How important is that to you?
Man, I have to be like, man, I mean, let's just be real. You have to look at a person and be like, yeah, he can hit. Yeah, you don't have to. If that's not in your head when you first see that person, if you see your dude and you can't see yourself physically, and if even guys, they see a female and you can't see yourself, can I sleep with this?
Like, see, you know what? No, because I'm thinking like that. No,
fine. Then go on a blind date, Jay. Just talk to him over the phone, Jay, for a long time, Jay, and never see him. And then when you see him and he got an eyeball right here and an eyeball right there, and then what you gonna say? Oh, well, he's beautiful on the inside. That beauty on the inside only works on fairy tales. It's a whole lot and a half. Because
I've dated guys that have not been attractive.
No, and where are they at now? They not with you. You done dumped them because guess what? They was ugly. And that's the thing. I have to be able to look at you and be like, yeah, I could give him some. So if I feel that I can give you some, I can lay with you and be like, okay. Now, will you get it right? No, you're not going to get it. But in my head, I could be like, man, I would. Man.
I've dated guys that I did not think were attractive. But listen,
what was the point of dating them?
Because, like, he was a good dude. Like, they were good dudes. But listen, these booger bears, they can pull them too. Like, if you dress well, you carry yourself well, you got a good personality, like, after a while, like, you forget all about that.
All the ugliness. See, that stuff work with dudes.
You forget about
when it comes to like college stuff. Like she didn't, she done worked on my term paper. And so though she was ugly as all get out in college, you know, she done did all my work. So I'm going to stand for the good. And she's still here after I done slept with all her homegirls and stuff. She's still here. So I'm going to go ahead and marry her little ugly troll. So because why are you wearing? She a troll, but she had been there. So that's what you want to do. Well, why you with him, Jay? He a troll. Well, he's a good dude.
No, he was a really good dude.
And where he at now?
Like, I don't know.
Trolling somewhere else, only for somebody's bridge.
The reason we stopped talking is because he cheated. So that's
that showed you. Even the guys that's ugly that got a good heart can cheat. So what was the point?
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's possible to see past all of that. But then it's like when you break up and I'm like, you doggone troll, you doggone smurf, you. Then, although now you come back to your consciousness, but if they were treating you right, like he treated me very well, so it's like, you know, eventually, like the looks did not.
That's where it messed up because the first attraction is the physical attraction. For those that can see,
I was not physically attracted to him.
Even Ray Charles was blind and wasn't the first attraction, was the physical attraction. So the first attraction through the blind man, Ray Charles, is the physical attraction. Then I have to be like, even people who got special needs got a preference.
It grew on me.
No.
It was a really good relationship until he cheated. But I'm saying he had that charisma.
And then after he cheated, then you saw that he was ugly. You messed up in the first time because you wasted your time. Because in the get-go, he wasn't attractive. You didn't even see him physically attractive.
Right, I didn't. But
you saw that he was a friend. Then you should have put him in the friend zone and let him stay right there.
But he was his confidence.
Because where is he at right now? He ain't even in the friend zone. He's somewhere out there in La La Land, you know, trolling someone else, making them feel special. And then at the end of the day, he'll be like, I got me another pretty one. And then go about his little ugly business.
And that's the thing about it. It's like I'm telling you, his charisma, his personality, he can pull. This dude was pulling some bangers. I'm telling you. You look at him and y'all want to have.
Number one stunner, he got you, huh? Number one stunner. He got you, didn't he?
And that's when I learned.
And then he cheated. And he was like,
and it's like,
I got by the ugly dude.
Even a boogaboo can pull him. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even get a boogaboo to be faithful.
Lennox said, hey, cuz.
So when dealing with like looks, and that's when
looks matters.
That's when I was younger and shallow. So and then I was like, that's when I was like really
go back to being shallow.
No, because that's when I was pulling them.
No,
now
but
I'm a little bit.
When you was younger, you could have been too shallow because you let the boogaboo play game on you.
It's just like that ooze. Like, I mean, he walked like that.
He had game.
Yes, he did.
Boogaboo had game.
You have to. Some people, there's some men, their personalities is just
get you. And that's how you should be. Now you take off the rose-colored glasses.
Right, but my thing is this. And I can tell you this, I'm attracted to power. I'm attracted to personality. That's what personality, confidence, and power, like that, you know, listen, and you ladies, if y'all know what I'm talking about, them type of brothers, like it's just, that's a whole different kind of vibe right there. But when we're talking about the physical enhancements going too far, today in 2022, everybody want to have a real man, a real woman, but are we coming to the table as real? Like, I don't have a problem with wearing makeup. I don't have a problem with women wearing makeup. But do you think, is there such thing as too much makeup?
It's too much makeup. It's too many
I mean, like, here's some things that, in my opinion, have gone too far. The eyelashes. Ladies, I am so...
You like the fan?
God, please, Namyoto Reiki, please take those eyelashes away.
Sometimes
I absolutely hate them.
Sometimes they be cute.
They go too far.
The little fan ones, it depends on how fluffy they are. They'll be cute. I'd be like, oh, that's cute for like a picture. It's cute. Now, would I wear them? I worn false lashes, but I've not worn them to the
It's too
extreme.
much. They going to that. It's
But
too.
sometimes, if your eyes are pretty and the makeup is done right, you be like, wow, it's really.
But when it's not, and they got that glue, and they trying to give me my change back at Walmart,
Yeah,
and I'm
they
hoping
can't
that it
even
don't
see.
fall on my change. It's gone too far. Okay,
You don't like
it's
that?
no.
That's not cute.
Fellas, listen. I'm gonna
Fellas like that stuff.
But I'm
they
finna-
talk about them.
right, but I'm gonna get them too, because here's what's gone too far. When your hair is gone, clean
Let it
it ball.
go.
Let it go. Please, for
Let it
2022, we're not
go.
spraying that
Let it
black
free.
spray. We not
They
spraying
all
that.
do that.
We not spraying that this year. Listen, let it go, beloved. Okay, please let it go. Listen, stop packing whatever y'all putting in. Listen, because some of y'all going too far. We talking about the enhancements going too far. Some of y'all come up in there, got 2 arms right here, knowing good and doggone well. Please stop it, okay?
You're a crotch watcher.
Whatever. No,
You're not a crotch watcher. I'm a crotch
listen.
watcher.
Some of them. Listen, you just know. Like, come on now, bro. You was just up in here last week. Now, all of a sudden, you got King Kong Schlong Donk.
King Kong ain't got nothing on this.
Please, let's stop that, okay? We're listen. We gonna put the devil to shame on tonight, okay? We gonna put him to shame. Ladies, listen. These butt and boob implants, we gotta stop all that. We about to die and kill ourselves just to get a little bit more oomph up here. Listen, at this point in the game, if your oomph ain't there, it just ain't gonna be there. If the oomph ain't here, it's just not gonna be there. Stop going over to these foreign countries trying to get them $500 for each butt cheek. Then you come back with an infection in your blood because you don't went up. Listen, this stuff is going too far. Stop with these nails that come all the way, that's 12 feet long. It's
they
unsanitary.
like them. Scratch their back.
But how are you washing good between me and thee?
I just take my little nails and I hold the napkin like that. And
no. Listen, when you done had you a good detox, I'm gonna get a look. How do you make sure the circumference and the depth of everything
you get the detachable shower head and you put it down there and then you open up the cheeks and then you go like that and then you
some things require a little bit more maintenance, and you cannot maintenance properly if those nails are long. And baby, you're gonna mess around and be in the ER. You're gonna be ruptured your own cervix because you don't put that long pointy nail up there.
I put my gloves
on. Have got to do better with that. Okay, we gonna have to do better. Now listen, these butt pads from these stores, we got to do better, because see, you standing in line and I'm standing behind you, and now you got one up like this, and now I want to be a sister and tap you and be like, sis, handle that. But then you might turn around and cuss me out because your booty lopsided. Listen, we gotta do better. Again, I'm all about enhancing ourselves and making ourselves look a little bit better, but some of this stuff, we just gone too far. We have gone too far. Okay. What are some things that you think has gone too far or hasn't?
I know the butt most definitely has just. I'm so over these butts and these the lap band things, whatever, they get this sucked in. And that injected in, and then I don't mind now the lift. Okay, that's yours. You're not putting anything up in it. You're just getting them pulled up. So I get the girls get low after you nurse a few childrens and stuff. They gotta pull them up. I might get mine lifted. I don't know. Lift me up where they belong. Hallelujah. I don't know, but I don't want anything put inside of them. I'm funny with even being cut. I don't like being scratched. So I don't know, but I don't want anything inside of them. I might get a tummy tuck one day. I might, if I can't get it all the way how I want it to do, and I done worked out. It's still a little saggy.
Listen, take me as I am. Listen, all this right here,
I'm trying to do
whatever.
I got something planned for my 45th.
Here, you taking me how I am. I'm not getting nothing done.
I will do that for me. Like I have something that I have planned for my 45th. So that's like 3 years from now. So if it's not how I want it to be, and I have worked out, and it's still not chiseled like I need it to be.
At this point in the game,
I might take that little piece of skin. I might be like, snip this for $500, Alex. And I might get that little snippet snipped off. But will I get something injected? Like you got people who put pecs in their long titties.
I'm not. No.
But I will not get an implant. Like I don't believe in implants and stuff.
No, they gonna listen. You gonna take this summer body just
Injections,
like it. You gonna
implants.
take this summer body just like it is. You either take this body or you don't, because you know what? I'm just not. Like, if a detox don't fix it, I don't know what to tell y'all. I just don't know what to tell y'all. So all these physical enhancements, yes, enhance and make it a little bit better.
But
But
not
if
a
you
whole
alter, there's a difference between enhancing and
enhancement.
altering. We gonna have to do better, because if the sister's looking at you like, that means you don't went too far.
When them
So-
booties, when like my booty used to be like, it used to be like that. Now it's like that. But when you see that the waist is small, fake, and then the booty is all the way out to here, fake, and then the legs go back to chick. It don't even, like come at an angle. It just goes straight back down to chick. That's not cute. That bubble butt is not
really
cute.
not. And then when it looks hard and lumpy, you done did too much. Like, you done put too much in there, and then you try to walk around and make it look like it's cute, and you try to shake. Sister, it's not cute. Ain't nobody hating on you. Ain't nobody jealous. It's just not a good look. You have to be confident and secure in who you are. Again, there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup. I don't have a problem with wearing makeup. I don't have a problem with, toning up, but it's some things, because you will get mad. Like, if you met a dude, again, he's sitting up there, he got all this, like he King Schlong Dong.
And
then
you pull it down, it's not even.
You would be mad. You would be real mad. So just like he has the right to be mad when you take off your hair, your eyelashes, and you looking like, you looking like Mr. Peabody, or you looking like the dude from off The Master Disguise. You can't be mad if he don't want to be with you, because you don't put all this extra stuff on, and now you're sitting there in a pile, and when you derobe, he ain't attracted. His little thing go from like this to down. So guys, listen, it's okay to enhance and beautify, but let's do it in moderation. Thank you guys so much. This has been a service announcement for us to y'all. Y'all probably ain't gonna like it, but that's okay. Please do me a favor, guys. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Until next time, you guys. Peace out.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.